And now we're back to the late night Hexen show with Gaming Wolf Plays. Woo, woo! Clap, 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 clap. Applause! Clap, 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 clap. More applause! In this Nexium of games, we proceed in a hub-like fashion. Hub.bat, you might say. Something, something, Megaman.exe reference. Spoilers for another game that no one cares about when they're this far in the playlist? Wow. Just imagine that. Someone's like actually going through my stuff and they find a spoiler for something out of place that has nothing to do with what I'm saying or doing, and they're just like, ah, oh, dang it. My interests happen to overlap in that exact moment. You fiend! Obscure spoilers are the best, apparently. Actually, a spoiler used to only refer to a puzzle, I should say. More or less. Yeah, spoilers make sense for puzzles, but for, like, reading, well, detective novels, right? Which I'm told is technically horror. But that's the thing about genres. They morph and shift into other genres and such. And video games do the same thing. I don't think people realize that because we've been naming it wrong the whole time. Like, compare Mortal Kombat the first to Mortal Kombat the most recent. Well, the most recent one's very fighting. It has a lot of elements that prevent it from being, like, totally fighting. And I don't know if that's a good thing. Or rather, it's not whether it's a good thing or it's a bad thing. It's how people have decided to redefine the video game experience as being, like, hyper long consumption of your time. Like, everyone's competing for your time, so these games just take, like, months to possibly go through. And, you know, I say to myself, that's not worth it. I like making progress in my games. A lot. And making them super long is just not the way. I learned this when I was playing MMOs a decade or so ago. Yeah, that was the last decade experience for me trying MMOs. And I've learned a lot. The first thing is, if you're doing it for social reasons, you better be a tightly knit group, or one of you is going to outpace the other. Pretty easily, actually. The other thing is a constantly changing game. That's not good. I think that encourages whole early access stuff. Which, I guess there's a lot of shooters I'm following that are also early access, but it's not like I'm giving them money. If something I have to pay for is early access, you're just gonna have to wait. Although I guess that makes you a candidate for more like a Kickstarter, so I have to think of Kickstarter as the ultimate in early access. Where you're not even sure you're gonna access it if it's ever even made. Right? Why fireballs in the Guardian of Ice? That's not where fireballs belong. Hello, I am the Guardian. Actually, no. I think if I remember back in these first few videos, is that these areas are made as sort of, like, even in the lore, it's purposely like a training ground, this whole hub. With the exception of all the monsters here, all the traps are probably remained in place. And everything's just getting caught up in the mix, and we got spiky balls coming out of walls. My walls get the spiky balls, all the dolls. All the dollies to the flories. You sit on a throne of lies! And a lot of lies. You're lying so much you're about to get poisoned back in the head with infinite supply of darts. One thinks what would happen if those darts hit a centaur. Would it reflect back into the wall? Maybe if I let him on, I could find out. Also, why does it feel like it's ignoring that pillar entirely? Ah, timing. Ah. I think I prefer the traps in Quake to these games. I mean, in Quake, you had like an Indiana Jones boulder, and it was hilarious. I mean, the Scourge of Armageddon. Expansion, obviously. Mode, yes. Scourge mode! No, that'll be later. Much easier to deal with than the first time. It's amazing what a different class can do to a situation. It changes the strategy entirely. And by changing the strategy, it just removed all strategy. Which I guess qualifies as changing it. When did you get up here? I didn't even know you could get up here, dude. Did you, like, follow me in somehow? That's weird. Oh, well... Maybe if... yeah. That's another complaint about this game. This game doesn't give enough torches. I could use a lot more torches. I feel like there's no specifically too dark area, though. It's not like in Doom and... yeah, Heretic, even. It's definitely not like in Doom where there's pitch black stuff where it's like, okay, I better have the vision on for this area. Like, that doesn't happen. It's all, like, consistently dark and visible. Which makes the whole torch thing a little useless. But, yeah. Excuse me, flashlights. This is American medieval times. Da 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 da. Ifrits. What are they all for? Oh great, it's this place again. Only this time I made sure to downsize my headset's output. So it's not annoying me while I'm talking. But it'll sound just as loud in post as it did last time. Great! It's almost like going through the same fate multiple times drives you a little mad and insane. Oh yes. The insanity of the never-ending Pillars of Doom! I mean, Hexen! It's fucking Hexen now, haha. Oh yeah, when it comes to mods, I prefer Megawatt/total conversions to gameplay mods, just to let you know off the top of my head what I like. And I don't like the Kaizo either, but I guess the Kaizo version of the Doom map is a slaughter map, which is still technically workable because I already have the saves. Something to design with Kaizo kind of has to make it so that it's doable within the context of the game, rather than relying on tools to play the software outside. Yeah. Never rely on a meta tool to solve your problems. Because then the software is going to figure out how to work around you. For example, a virtual machine. Say you get a stupid game for your Mac called Lose Lose that deletes files every time you shoot something. Well, if you put it in a virtual machine, that's not going to save your computer as much. That's not going to be sandboxed as much. I mean, it's mostly sandboxed, but programming can be pretty clever. Also, there's an early Super Nintendo emulator that, while it's no longer really bad, it still has an exploit, but I don't even know if that's the fault of the program. The point is, someone could program a virus to make the emulator run it, and it only corresponds to that emulator. And something like that happens for a new one. It's not really a virus, but it's more like it only works for CDs. There's a bit of a contra on now. It's just like, no! The latest version of GC2 must be used for everything. It's like, I mean, I like source ports as much as the next guy, but a source ports extremist is quite on the opposite spectrum of a total purist, and that's just as bad. It's purism in a different way. Like, everything's gotta have more and more and more. Well, guess what? Moore's Law is dead, according to NVIDIA. Technically, I don't think so. I just think we haven't innovated technology in decades. Our last big technical innovation is something we have to work on, which I guess is quantum computing, and it's still being worked on. We have no guarantee of its feasibility, or rather, it's feasible, but feasible in our lifetime for like the next 5 generations. Assuming we keep all the data safe, yeah, right. You know, if you watch a thing called Dead Game News, it'll be like, oh yeah, no one likes to keep our stuff safe. They like to delete stuff that we've already... Oh, wow. Yeah, imagine if you own a car and the car company is like, well, I just had a switch on that blows up your car because we don't support that car anymore. It's just like, I can keep the car, you don't need to blow it up. Nah, we're going to blow it up. That's how I feel about when people just stop supporting software. Like, no, don't destroy it. Too bad. then they keep your money. Because who's going to stop them? People with less money? Ha ha ha. I think the best part is when people are like, oh yes, he must have worked hard for it. Or better yet, when someone who's smart and poor is just like, no, he's not smart, he needs to work for it. Gets on my gullets. All 6,000. Load poppycock. Boulder dash. Hiffum skillet. Smitty working Jan Jensen. Oh no, old man Smitty working Jensen. Who was behind all this? Jinkies. See, now I don't even know if I'm just reading personal opinion or I was comparing something I heard. Which is the moral of the story. I say a lot of shit. Don't take it as gospel. Take my video game skills as gospel. That's pretty quiet. I just mean when I'm trying to discuss the fate of the world. I'm trying to make small talk and that doesn't work out. I don't even know why I mentioned it. Let's keep on. Let's keep on awning. On this awning, we have a roof. Alright, I'm out of that hellhole. Once again. What's gonna happen now? I suppose if I jump on the other side and then get into the thing. Or just ignore them. But maybe I want backup health files, you don't know. Sure, let's kill them for fun anyway. Not like kill counts matter. At least they don't. I mean, I'd like them to matter, but secrets matter more than kill counts. And since this game is no secrets, it's just do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. What if I don't? Yeah, I think I have some plans for Dusk Remedial. I just don't know if I'm going to do them right away as part of the channel. That has to do with a lot of factors. One of them is them still being relatively new, that they might still update. Which I don't know. But it's happened to something like Ion Fury, where the gameplay mechanic has changed. A very important one has to do with, like, power-ups. Change how those work. For the better, mind you, but still. Never know when the shit's gonna change. Then you go for a red portal. And then you gotta go this way. Shoot the guy in the double heads. And the double heads stare back at you. Mr. Four Eyes with the actual 4 eyes puts on glasses, becomes the dreaded 8 eyes. We don't talk about 8 eyes. That's called Spider-Man. Going back up to the ice, where I frozen sitting still. What could I possibly be doing now? Oh, I have to go through the other arrow. Yes. That's right. Fire time! Which looks like steel, but no, this is the fire zone. Even though I don't see how it connects to the rest of the level, that's where we are. Technological, psychological, bats. Batological. Oh, thank you. Could have used that earlier. My poison surplus. It tells that my constituents demand more poison in stock. Occupy the poison. Make it part of yourself. I'm a little annoyed when the walls kick in here, because, you know, they're not there and you want to jump in safely. It's like, nah, I'm gonna push you off by attempting to crush you, and I'm like, that's not cool. Is that a red statue down there? I don't know if I don't think I noticed those red statues last time I was here. I guess being the Guardian of Fire, they should be red statues, but yeah, they don't seem to they don't blend as well as I thought they did. Will it blend? Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Oh. Interesting. I did not regard that gap. It did not register in my mind. Now we must go some other place. Oh, okay. What the heck are we doing now? More stairs? Wow. Oh, right. I made the secret area happen, too. Nice. Which is what we're doing next video. Go to that secret area again after I've pressed all these switches. Switch it once, switch it twice, tell them off. Get some rice. Put the lice in your head. Get the doctor out instead. No lice, please. What's interesting about lice is that means the singular is louse. And yet, not many people have more than 2 heises. Not many people have 2 heis either. Or, you know, oxen, boxen. Yeah, I don't think so. How about tooth and teeth? Booth and beef? No. The reason I only even know all these things is just memory. It doesn't make sense, but you just kind of remember how those things are. Kind of like a lot of bullshit we have today, which doesn't really add up. But because we all remember it, we assume that we just need more brain power for it. So a lot of contradictions and hypocrisies and double thinking in the brain where you have multiple ideas that don't actually connect, but you force them together. This is wasting your brain's processing power. And if brains keep getting bigger, we'll just fill it up with more of this nonsense, and we won't really have accomplished much. That's how I tend to call it airheaded, because your brain's full of air. Or, you know, thick. He's rather thick in the head. Of course, now thick means something else these days, in more than one way, so maybe we need a different insult. Maybe we shall call him thin. Then what? Haha. Then I shoot him in the body. All the bodies in the floor. When I'm done with them. Did you know Rob Zombie is doing the monsters again? Did you know it's funny because yeah, I don't know. Total mood whiplash. Whipping the lash. Lashing the whip. Through my mustache. Can we get the bullhorn open, please? Thank you. Centaurs, they face me, they say, don't come this way. And I say, I go where I must, because I can. Alright, poison works better on centaurs when the area's more open, because then I don't have to wait. Oh yeah, this time we have serpents guarding the exit. In case you're wondering if the monster layout was different, well here's proof right here. Oh, you hit me upside the head, face. Quick in that save. Saving that quick. I want the wings, Jack. Nimble, be quick. Jack gets a thimble. He is sick. Sick shredding. Jack always over the candlestick. Radical. Tony Jack's pro candle jacker. It's part of a new expansion, the Candle Jackers. No, I don't expect most of you to know what that means. Maybe it does mean something. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's a shibboleth. It's really not. I will save in front of the secret place and wonder... Oh, that's not a wall. That's a ledge that takes you from the beginning to the beginning of the map. I'm just facing the opposite side now. See you soon.